About 1 in 5 Google queries now show an AI overview. And when users see an AI overview, they're less likely to click through websites, so click-through rates on websites are much lower. But for every 14 Google searches that happens, one search happens on ChatGPT. It's evident that Google still has a big share of the search engine market, while that share is shifting and moving over to AI searches from ChatGPT, Perplexity, and so on. So in today's video, I'll be showing you the new rules that you need to follow if you would like to rank on Google's AI overview, and also rank on ChatGPT and other AI search engines. Let's go ahead and get started. Here is some more data. Click-through rates drop from 15% to 8% when AI overview is present. So we can see here, without AI overview, you're getting about 15% click-through rates, which means people are going to be clicking through websites. And with AI overviews, that number drops to 8%. Almost half of the people that will search will not click through a website if there's an AI overview. Now, this does vary by industry. So we see that entertainment and restaurants and travel takes up more of those queries. So if you are within this niche, you're going to have a lot more zero-click searches where people are just going to search up information and they're going to get information from the AI overview. So if you're in the entertainment, restaurants, or travel niche, then I would definitely recommend paying attention to how you can optimize your content so that you are shown in the AI overview rather than your competitors. Let's talk about some high-level things that we need to think about in 2025 if we want to rank. Google is very, very smart. You cannot outwit the Google algorithm. Google will penalize you if you do scaled content abuse. So that means mass produce AI content without quality control or editorial oversight is now explicitly against guidelines. So that means you can't go out and write 150 topics using AI slop and then post that on Google and expect to rank. You cannot also do expired domain abuse. This used to be a very common practice where you buy an expired domain and with some existing authority and replace it with content that's unrelated. So the key word here is unrelated. I think you can still go ahead and buy a expired domain, but if it's relevant to the niche that you're writing the content for, then I think you wouldn't have any issues with that. But if you're just buying a domain that has an authority and writing unrelated content so that it pops up, then I don't think you will be able to get away with that. Parasite SEO is also going to be cracked down on, so cite reputation abuse by hosting low quality content on trusted domains. So again, Google is very, very smart. You may be able to get away with it for a couple of months, but if you want to build something long term, you want to build something reputable, and you want to build something that's going to withstand the future, then Parasite SEO is not going to work. Also, Google has made some changes to the core Web Vital. So interaction to next paint. So essentially, sites with poor interaction to the next paint scores are seeing measurable ranking drops. So every tap, every click, and keyboard interaction now counts towards your core Web Vital scores. So think of INP, which is interaction to next paint, as Google's new way of checking how fast your website really feels when people use it. So before, Google only looked at how quickly your site reached to the first click or tap, and that was called FID, first input display. Now with INP, Google looks at every click, tap, scroll, or key press a visitor makes and measures how quickly your page responds and how visually it updates after each one. So that means that websites that feel snappy and react instantly to clicks get rewarded. Fast websites that are built well, that are modern, have good on-page experience will rank well. Websites that have some lag or feel sluggish, especially on mobile, are starting to lose rankings in 2025. So that means you really need to focus on improving your on-page experience, your website loading times, and just the overall responsiveness of your website. Now let's talk about how to optimize and create content for 2025 that will actually rank on Google. So when on information gain, so move beyond consensus content with unique value. So you need to create content that is going to be unparalleled to what your competitors are doing. So first tip here is add novel facts and original data. Don't summarize what's already ranking. Contribute new data points, new research findings, or exclusive insights that can't be found elsewhere. So how do you create content like this at scale if you want to really grow a website? And that's where my tool comes in handy. And one of the most powerful templates on WordRocket is a real-time blog post generator with web research. If you remembered what we just read, Google wants more novel information, not just summarizing content or giving generic content. And that's where this template really shines, because the way that this template works is, let's say, for example, we're writing about some really in-depth information about cancer research. Now, if you write an article about cancer research just using typical large language models like ChatGPT, we may not get the most diverse or the most in-depth information from a wide range of spaces. So what I can do is, with this template, I can add 2025. We'll then do a search of that keyword to pull the most fresh, up-to-date, breakthrough information about this topic, and then use that to write the content, so we can be confident that our content will not be generic. It'll actually have new findings and new fresh information, which will be more likely to rank on Google, again, following the instructions from Google. So document first-hand tests, so share real experience, demonstrations, and personal testing with your own photos, detailed methodology that others easily cannot replicate. So Google is saying here that you need to go out and do your own tests. Go out and create your own experiments within your niche and create content that is link worthy. And you can do that so easily now using AI. If I'm in the, again, let's say for example, I'm in the AI niche, I can go out and do a great study around AI adoption using ChatGPT, using Claude, using the research feature on any of these models. I can gather information that's relevant to my niche and create first-hand documentation about test or experimentation. Thirdly is creating decision trees, so help users navigate complex choices with custom decision frameworks that simplify their journey and demonstrate expert guidance. Let me show you an example of this. Some of our top ranked blogs for our client, which brings in thousands and thousands of visitors. If we go ahead and take a look at their article, so in most of our top ranked articles, we have things that will walk through patients through questions that they may have about a specific procedure or condition that they may have. This is an interactive Pearson risk map. So you can select a Pearson, right, on any spot here, click on it, and it will tell you an overview of that risk factor, potential complications, healing time, aftercare, and so forth. So again, this is a really, really engaging piece of content that we've went ahead and we've embedded within the article. I've done that for all of our top ranked articles, and I don't think it's a coincidence that they're ranking on Google and they're getting a lot of views, because again, you cannot easily replicate this. Next is building topical authority. So the way that Google and AIs decide who's the authority within the space is by reading your website and understanding what you write about and understanding if you're an authority within that space. And the way to do so is to build topical authority. Now, topical authority simply means creating pillar and cluster strategies. So creating comprehensive hub pages supported by tightly scoped related content. So your pillar page can be, let's say, around melanoma, which is a skin cancer, and your subtopic can be about different types of melanoma. The goal is to be exhaustive. The goal is to be exhaustive in the content which you're writing about when it comes to your pillar page or your pillar content, because then Google will see that you've written the most information about this topic in comparison to your competitors, and then it will start seeing you as an authority within that space. So maintain coherent brand identity, author credentials, and intent-based interlinking. Connect pages with anchor text that signals topical relationships. Here are some other common tips that I think most of us already know, but it's good to remind ourselves. Obsess over quality, so EEAT. Add author bylines, include methods and source citations. Again, if we go back in a real-time blog post generator, you actually have the ability to include citations. So all of your content is already going to have citations in them. So if I take a look at one example here, we can see that all of the article that uses web search will have references included in those articles baked in. So again, we're allowing you to create the highest quality content at scale. And if you want to try out WordRocket for yourselves, just head over to app.wordrocket.ai. Achieve technical excellence, clean informational architecture, fast, lean HTML, optimize images, and lazy loading. Avoid 2024 and 2025 spam traps. We talked about that. Links and mentions still matter. So editorial backlinks, strengthen authority, Brand mention reinforces entity signals, helps both classic rankings and AI citations, and verified by 2025 industry analysis. So again, brand mentions reinforce entity signals. So that means your brand or your website should be in different places across the internet rather than just Google. And that's how Google again sees you as an authority, because you're in so many different places, whether it be YouTube, Twitter, X, or whatever it may be. So if you want to win the AI overview and be cited, you need to create your content a little bit differently. So that means you need to front load your answers. Put your key answers at the top and use scannable sections with explicit labels. And I'm working on creating a customizable and a specific template in WordRocket to do exactly that and write content that is specifically designed for winning the AI overview. Right now, if you use WordRocket, it's still really good. You will get cited. Let me go ahead and show you guys the proof. You can see that we've been cited over 119 times on Google's AI overview, 107 on ChatGPT, 65 on Perplexity, and so forth. So you still can get AI overviews using WordRocket at this moment, but I want to go ahead and create a specific template following all of these key insights. So being cited on AI overviews is now an important part of ranking. It's probably even more important than ranking #1 on Google. So again, to win AI overviews, you need to front load your answers, add structured content, so include tables, checklists, pros and cons, cite your sources, use proper schema, be crawl friendly, so allow bots to crawl your websites. Most websites already have that. Earn external signals, so from third-party places, target focus on multi-step questions that commonly generate in AI overviews. Add compelling, unique features, tools, and email captures to combat reduced clicks. So these are some of the ways in which you can rank in 2025, win the AI overviews, and also be ranked in ChatGPT, Perplexity, and other AI search engines. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Most importantly, I hope that you learned something new. If you did, let me know by giving me a comment below from what you learned, or if you have any questions or any clarifications that you need from today's video. I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully I'm not in my car the next time I'm recording. Take care.